Hi, it's Ryan Ketchum here, Fitness Revolution, and today I want to talk about big mistakes that a lot of fitness business owners in general make when they're making a hire for their team. So a lot of times you get yourself in this position, especially when you're just starting out and you're the only person in your business. You don't have any help and you're overwhelmed, you're stressed out, you're burnout. You're probably full of anxiety from all the things that you have going on, all the things that you're not able to get to. And so the immediate reaction is to hire someone, right? I'm just going to get someone in fast, get this stuff off your plate, and get done with it. Well, when you make those decisions, when you're in that state of mind, when you make those decisions and you don't think things through and you don't do the things we're going to talk about in this video, it can lead to very costly mistakes later on. I posted an article not too long ago, and the stats for this were pretty staggering. It could cost you up to $10,000 to make a bad hire, and for a small business, a fitness business, that can be crippling. Right? You don't have an extra $10,000 to just burn because of a bad hire. So let's talk about what the big mistakes are that people make. The first big mistake is hiring without an organizational chart. Not having an organizational chart to know the roles and responsibilities, to know the channel of communication that you go through. The second big mistake is hiring without a position description. And a position description is going to have core responsibilities and metrics so that you know how to assess someone's performance in their role, and you need to have this clearly defined up front. And the third big mistake is hiring a person based off what you hope they can do, and basically bringing on a person and fitting the role to them versus a role and then bringing the person on that fits that role. So let's talk about each of those things. The first mistake, hiring without an organizational chart. Now, when you're the only person in your business, when you're first starting out, you hold every seat, you wear every hat, you do everything in your business, and you may not feel like you need an organizational chart. But as you start to make hires, it's really important to have an organizational chart, even if it's very, very simple, as far as just you as the CEO or owner, and then a sales and marketing seat, an operations seat, and then a finance seat within your business. Now, we teach our coaching clients how to do this. We have templates out there for you to look at and grab these to get started with something. But what this does is it allows people to see where they're at in the business, where their seat is, who they report to, and the areas in which they are responsible. And so it eliminates this crossover effect and these positions and people's responsibilities to bleed into other departments. So it eliminates that. It keeps people right where they're supposed to be. And then as you continue to grow your team, it becomes more and more clear, more and more evident, and the roles build out so that people are clear on their responsibilities and where they are on the organizational chart, but also who they report to. Who do they talk to? When they have a problem, who does it go to? Now, as you continue to expand and you sit more in the owner's role at the very top of this organizational chart, and you have a layer below you and a layer below that, what this does is it allows you to eliminate the people towards the bottom of the organizational chart. That doesn't mean they're not important in their role, right? It doesn't mean they're not important to your business, but let's say you have a manager that is responsible for the trainers. So you have a training manager, a fitness director of fitness, whatever it might be. If you have that person and you have trainers that are working for that person, the trainer should not come to you as the owner with problems unless you hold that director of training or director of fitness role. They should go to the director of fitness. So if you have that person there, they should go to you, to them and not you, which eliminates this jumping to you to put out every fire, jumping to you to take care of every challenge or problem, and it allows this simple chain of communication that helps your business run more smoothly. Same thing with you. You don't have to delegate everything down the chain of command. You can just talk to the managers, the one step below you as the business owner, and then they can communicate and cascade the information down. So it allows for this clear passing of information and also roles and responsibilities and the right people taking care of the right things within your business. So that's how you eliminate that first mistake. The second mistake is hiring without a position description. A lot of times you'll bring someone on, especially your first couple hires. You'll just bring them on and you'll say, oh, they'll do some stuff or I'll figure it out. I'm not sure what they should do. And when you do that, it allows for a lot of confusion, miscommunication, and people end up frustrated, both you and the new employee in your business, this new team member. And so when you're first making a hire, create a job title for this person, have really clear roles and responsibilities. What are their core responsibilities? For us, we have the title, we then have the department, then their supervisor, and then their core responsibilities. The core responsibilities are the 3 to 5 most important things that they are responsible for in this role. Doesn't mean they won't do anything else. Just means these are the things that are most important to them, the most important to the business as they're doing their job. And then we have metrics. These metrics are how are we going to assess their performance. Sales and marketing is really easy. They're the 4 sales and marketing pillars. Things like sales, new leads, that sort of thing. With training, it might be a net promoter score, a satisfaction score from surveys. It might be retention. You have to figure out what are the numbers you're going to look at that are going to tell you this person's succeeding or they're not succeeding in this role. And it allows you to be very, very objective when you're looking at this role and you're assessing the performance in your performance reviews, or if you need to hire, fire, promote, whatever it might be. Right, so you have this job description, and then you obviously have the other things that they're doing, the more specific, more in-depth tasks, day-to-day responsibilities that they're going to go through. You'll have those as well. But the most important thing, core responsibilities, metrics on this position description, so that this person knows what's expected of them, and you know what you're expecting of them. There's no miscommunication during the hiring process. Finally, the last mistake that I really want you to avoid, and this is common, is to bring someone on and you create a position for that person in hopes that they'll do more than you really need, or that there's this future with your company, this future benefit to both you and them that's going to come to fruition. And so you bring this person in and you hope that they're going to do some administrative tasks, and maybe they'll train a little bit too, and I bet you they can do some sales and marketing because they're really good at that. And there's all this different stuff you're asking them to do. So you bring this one person in and you try to create the role around them and make it very special to them, but it's not really what you need in your business. And then it adds to a lot of layers of complexity to the situation, where there's a lot more confusion later on. They don't know exactly what they should be doing. They don't know what their primary responsibility is. They don't know the most important things. And that can be really dangerous as we move through in the relationship as employer and employee, when we need to do evaluations, performance reviews, hire or fire, whatever, promote, whatever it might be. Right? This gets to be a lot more muddled. It's a risky situation overall. And then, when that person leaves, which most people will leave your company at some point, they'll go move on, they'll find other opportunities. Right? You have to kind of assume that that's going to happen, or they'll move up and they'll grow within your business and help you do more. So you have to replace that position. If you create a position for a specific person, it's really hard to replace all of those pieces. But if you create a position and you bring the person in and they fill that position, then when they move on, when they're promoted, when they grow within your company, or if they decide that they have other opportunities they'd like to leave, it's easier to replace that person and fill that role, not to find somebody with all the same skill sets that they had, which were very diverse. Right? So those are the 3 big mistakes I'd like you to avoid. We talked about how to avoid them in this article or in this video. So if you're going through this process right now, if you're thinking about hiring, or if you're growing your team and expanding wherever you're at, make sure that you have an organizational chart in place. You have really crystal clear job descriptions, position descriptions for your roles, and that you hire the person for the role, right? Don't create the role for the person. If you do those things, you'll be off to a great first start when hiring. You'll be able to build and expand your team. Your business will be really healthy because of it. And that's what it's all about. We want to help you create high-performing businesses. So take these tips, run with them. Let me know in the comments what you think about them or the questions that you have. I'll be back soon with another video.